In this video, we're gonna go over how we go from this to this. Looks amazing, it looks great. Watch till the very end of the video because I'm gonna give you all the details that you need to know about these lights here from LS Fab Works. Wow. The last piece of the puzzle of my Sturgis build is finally here, and it is right in front of you guys. Let me tell you, I'm super excited for this because I've been waiting for this installation for quite some time. Now, let me tell you, just right off the bat, who is Frub. This front headlight kit for your newer baggers and tail light kit, yes, we're gonna do Baja Designs in the front and the rear, so I'm super pumped about that, is from LS Fab Works. LS Fab Works is owned by a federal veteran, and he is also a former infantry soldier, just like me. So there's a personal connection there, and everything that they make is made here in the United States. They make it themselves, and I'm super happy to be a part of this because you guys have probably not seen this before, and that's because I am the first one to have this one. And they sell these taillight kits already, so you can get them now, but this is the first one that is out there, and it's here, and I'm showing it to you guys. So it's new to the market, and as you guys know, in this channel, we'll actually show you guys things that are new to the market that I believe are usable or you might like, right? And this bracket here is made by hand. I wanna say this bracket here is like 12 gauge, 20 gauge steel. I don't know my metal gauges, but it is straight metal. Like straight, I think it's thicker than a bumper, man. So it is very well made, and it is handmade, right? If you notice here, the covers here to the LP6 lights is also colored. Now, the nice thing about LS Fab Works, like I mentioned, everything's made here in the United States. He's a fellow infantryman as myself, is that they also customize or do everything that they can to customize your orders to you. For example, I sent them a picture of this candy paint, several pictures. And we've been working on this way before I'm showing you this video. So there's a lot that went into this. And through their process and color matching, I believe they hit the nail right on the head, and they color matched the candy red here by just looking at the pictures. Now I'm gonna install it, and we're gonna make sure and verify if it matches it or not, but I believe that it does, because this is a tail light, the stock tail light that Jay's painted. And look, I mean, I don't know, I feel like it's pretty close, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. So LS Fab Works also customize things for you however you want to, even on the previous models, because the kits I have here in the front and the rear is also from LS Fab Works. And I am super excited to get this installed and show you guys what the deal is with these, right? So this is the bracket, front and rear, and obviously the LP6 is mounted. I decided to go with clear because I have on my Mako Shark CVO, and on this one I have the amber color, and I think it looks good. But on this one here, I believe the clear lenses here will look a lot better. Now, let me just point out the obvious. You guys are wondering, where are the turn signals, right? And I think that's a good question. And this is one of the things that I really like about this, this option here. The turn signals are your LP6s. That's right, your turn signals are your LP6s. Let me come over here and grab this harness. This harness is what comes with your LP6 for your newer bagger models, and obviously the previous ones. But in this case, we're gonna talk about the newer one. This one here, I don't know how they did it, so I guess I'll just leave this here because I don't know what I'm talking about. But when you turn on your turn light signal to the right or the left, if you turn the right one on, your right LP6 is gonna turn on as your turn signal. If you do your left one, your left one's gonna turn on. So I'm super excited to see what that looks like. But yeah, so that's a nice feature that I thought was really, really unique and new to the market, and ahead of its time, I should say. And then here, if you notice on the bracket, is you have this mesh here, the mesh grill, and it gives it, I don't know, a kind of a different look. I'm showing you guys. Yeah, I think it gives it a a nice look. And this grill here, this whole metal piece is made by hand. And if you notice, there's a lip here that kind of comes down. And what that's there for is to obviously cover the front of the, I guess the bracket, so it doesn't look like hollow in your front fairing there. So I think that this kit here was very well thought out. At least the bracket was very well thought out and thought through and developed so that way it can now be brought to the market by yours truly. And I'm very happy to show you guys this. In terms of the installation, it's super easy, guys. I haven't even done it, but you're gonna take your front fairing off. You know what you have to do, which takes you all of 10 minutes. And then you install these bolts onto this. You install the bracket on there, and that's pretty much it in terms of installing the bracket. And in terms of the harness, all you have to do is run the positive negative to your battery, so that way you can power these. Everything is integrated in terms of the headlights and everything. And then you're in business. You're in business. You just put the front fairing back on, and that's the deal with that. So we're gonna install this. I'm happy, I'm very excited to do that. Now in terms of the tail light, right? This here is their Baja Designs RTLM. And let me get closer to the camera. Here it is. So you're wondering, why did I go with this? Well, for one, I think it looks cool aesthetically. Second, it's brighter than the stock ones, and I'm gonna prove that to you right here, right now. Here you have them side by side, and you can obviously tell that the Baja lights are substantially brighter than the turn signal on the stock one. So functionally, I think it's great, and I think aesthetically it looks nice. And again, here you have the stock one, and here the Baja Design lights just on its own, just kind of standing here, it's kind of showing a cone pattern. That's how bright it is and consistent it is. I mean, that is pretty cool, and this is the daytime. I told you guys that I have the same LS Fab Works tail light kit for my turbo bagger, and this is what they look like installed. I think they look great, but what they come with is this option called an F-off switch, and what it does is, I'm gonna try to hold this camera here. What it does is, if somebody gets close to you, you just hit them up with the with this switch here. They call the F-off switch, and they should back off from you. You control that yourself. Now that I've gone over the tail lights that you can get from LS Fab Works, which I think are amazing, I think everybody should get them, we're gonna start taking this front fairing apart and installing this bad boy here, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. So yeah, I brought my water here because heat index here in Houston is like 110. It's crazy hot, crazy hot. I actually started installing the tail lights first, but I just want to tell you that it's super easy to install. So when you get your rear taillight kit from LS Fab Works, you're going to get the RTLML, the RTL-M harness like this. It's already going to come pre-wired like this, and then the actual main harness that connects it to the actual connection of the stock connection here is just you just merge it. You basically put positive, or what is this, black with black, yellow with yellow, and red with red, and that's pretty much it. You plug it up and it starts working. There's nothing else to it. In terms of the switch, to make it the F-off switch, to make give it the option when you push the button, it throws white light to the back. This is what you get. And this fourth option here in the blue is where these get connected to. And all you have to do, you can mount this here, but you mount this switch here. As you can see, it has like this little hole here. And what you do is you mount it right there where the where your tank bolt is at. So you mount it there. That's where it goes, so you have it accessible. And then you have this one connection that goes to the positive side of your battery terminal. You route these to connect them to these here that are already pre-wired for you, and that's pretty much it. It'll be done for you. So I'm excited to install that. So I figured to install the rear ones first and then move on to the front ones. We're in the part of the installation where I took the front fairing off, the light and everything. There's a lot of videos on that, but what I wanted to show you was I'm not going to take off my tank to run the power harness. What I did was I have like this 46-foot or inch zip tie, and I fit it through here, and I just pushed up because, you know, these are new, so I don't know where they come up, and that came through here. So all I'm going to do is I'm gonna get some painter's tape and zip tie the power and the negative cable here, and then just fish it back through there, and that's it. I don't have to take the tank off. Okay guys, I try to get you the best angle for you guys. So I've already put the painter's tape on this side, and at this point, all I have to do is just pull on it, and I'm hoping that it comes through like, oh, look, I think it's going. Oh, yep, perfect. So now you can see on that side, there is the positive and negative wire, and I don't have to take off the tank. So I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna fish this a little bit more because this one here, we just connect this to the harness, to the headlight harness like that. And then these two to the LP6s. These we're gonna zip tie in here somewhere, make them look nice and pretty, and connect the power negative, and we're done. I went ahead and installed the bracket here along with the LP6s. As I mentioned before, the stock headlight comes with these 6 bolts, but all you're gonna need is 4, 2 in the top and 2 in the bottom, not the ones that go back in here. Also, if your motorcycle has the module that goes here in front that kind of hangs down here, I want to say that's the one to like the garage door opener and stuff like that. It's going to have to be relocated, and it's very simple. You just take off the bracket here, the cable you route it underneath, you come up here and it's right here. I need to put some Velcro to tighten it up, but nonetheless, this is where it's getting rerouted to. And now we're going to put the front fairing on and check the measurements of the kit. Here is the finished product. It was relatively easy to install. I will say that it is a tight fit. It is a tight fit. The lights here are not touching, but by very, very little. In terms of the edges here, they are touching a tad, just a little bit. But once you bolt on the front fairing, it is static, meaning that it doesn't move with, against each other. And also, these motorcycles really don't have that kind of movement like the twin cams back in the day, or even when you take out the counterbalancer. So I'm not worried about it, but I think it looks good. It gives it a whole different look. Let me know what you think. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the positive and the negative cable along with the positive cable for the F-off switch, so that we can have the option to turn on the lights in case somebody, the white lights in the back, in case somebody gets really, really close. But again, the install was relatively simple. And so now let me connect the positive, negative, and let's turn this bad boy on. I do want to mention that the kit comes with this cable here, and it's simple. You just connect this to the positive terminal on your battery, and this one here, you basically connect it with the positive cable that we already ran through, and then that gives you the safety of the fuse, so that in case something happens, some overloading power happens, it doesn't affect your electrical system. And why is it like that? Well, simply because it'll be very cumbersome to pull this like I did. So I'm happy it comes like this. The time has come for the final reveal of this awesome motorcycle. I showed you guys a quick install, some of the parts, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on accessory mode, because I ordered these lights in red with the red backlight, and I haven't even seen it myself. Oof! Are you kidding me? What? Let me get over here. Hold on here, play. Hold on, let me see. Look at that. The red backlight. Yo, that right there? Okay, all right. I can feel that, I can feel that. Oh yeah, yes sir, okay. So test number 1, the backlight worked. And then, so now let me turn it on. And this is what it looks like. Again, I went with the clear lens versus the amber. I think my turbo's coming out. And man, I think it looks great with the red backlight there. And yeah, let me get on the other side. I think I'm on the wrong side, but I want to show you guys so you guys can get the better view. Man. Oh yeah, no, that's a low. That's about 10,000, 12,000 lumens each. Okay, so now what I like about this is that the turn signal is on the headlight, or the headlight is the turn signal. So I have the left one on, and man, okay, all right, well, we'll see how that works out on the road, but we're gonna go with it. And then I always go for the right one. Okay, is it the right one that's going? Man, if they don't see this blinker, guys, I don't know what is going on. Yeah, it's pretty pretty aggressive to say the least. All right, so now let's turn on the emergency lights. Good Lord. Okay, yeah, no, it's, if they don't see you got like this, guys, I mean, I don't know what's up. Okay, so that's what the lights look like. Now, I am going to tell you that these lights here, ooh, man, that is bright. I will tell you that everything functionally works good. The bike is great, but on these newer models, you are going to get a little electrical triangle on the motorcycle, and there's nothing wrong with the motorcycle. What it is the harness has is essentially throwing a code right now. I talked to the guys over at LS Fab Works. They're currently working to resolve that problem, but what it is just a very sensitive system that these new motorcycles have in terms of the electrical systems. So they're, you know, working with resistors and things that they have to do, but yeah, so you will have that. However, as soon as LS Fab Works gets that situation corrected, they will be sending out the updated harnesses for that. So I just want to give you guys a full disclaimer that you will have the little signal here. And in terms of what code it throws, it's just it's like an electrical surge, but electrical surge or something like that. But again, everything works perfectly fine on the motorcycle. I just want to tell you guys that before you guys go and purchase this. And also, like I said, there'll be a disclaimer on that on the website, but I wanted it and I like to ride at night. So for this here, for me, and I like to be seen, so I just went with it. And I'm very happy that I went with this style. So that's it for the front. Now, let's look at the back. I turned off the lights here so you guys can see the tail lights. Now, I know you guys might be noticing this. It's still in platinum gray, but don't worry because this whole fender is getting replaced with a brand new one. But that's another thing coming to this build here. So anyhow, so again, the F-off switch, I showed you already. You just connect that one cable to the positive. The other ones, they run to the Baja lights back there. So if somebody gets too close, you just hit them up with the bap, 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 and it should get their attention. But that's obviously only reserved for when somebody gets really close to you. Okay, so now let's turn this on. Let me see. Man, those are bright, but in a good way, you know? And so now let me go ahead, put the right turn signal on, and that there, oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be noticed when you turn your blinkers on. And then let's go ahead and let's do the left one here. Okay, so everything is working here. Now I'm gonna hit the brakes here, and they work perfectly fine, perfectly fine. So I am very, very happy about that. I just wanna mention a few things as I already did. You're gonna be getting that little triangle there, but that's simply because they're still fine tuning the harness. So it's nothing for you to worry about. Another thing I noticed is, you know, when you need to calibrate the turn signal once you install it, so you can see it's flashing at a normal speed, but this one here is going faster. Same thing with the right one. Let me go ahead and turn on the right one. You just need to, I guess, correct that. In the old days, I don't know if it'll work with this one, you just hit the emergency lights on until they kind of synced up several times, and that should take care of it. But I just want to tell you guys that those are the only things that I'm noticing. My Sturgis build is finally done. I leave for Sturgis here in about 3 or 4 days, and the biggest pieces are done. The last big piece, the last big item was this headlight kit here from LS Fab Works and LS Fab Works tail Baja Design taillight kit. And I'm so happy that I'm the first to kind of debut it and reveal it. As you guys know, in this channel, we also have, we like to bring new products to the market, and this is one of them. If you guys want to see in person, go to Sturgis or just see me along the road here, because I will be touring the country with this setup, just how you see it. And I'm super stoked. Just to recap, installation was very simple. There's the brackets itself has some adjustments. So if you install the front fairing and you notice that things are really tight, then you can you have some area to adjust it. If you have the I believe it's the like the remote control garage controller system in the front there that I showed you, You just need to relocate that. I did that right there, and it works, by the way. It still works. And then you just ran the cables. I didn't have to take the tank off, which is awesome. And I just ran it down here, connected the positive, negative, and that was pretty much it. In terms of the tail lights that they sell, you saw everything's plug and play. It comes with a connection to plug into the system. And if you have the option, if you choose for the option to have this F off switch back here, you just connect the bracket there to by your tank there, and voila, that is it. Now I'm gonna take the family out to go eat some food because we are hungry, or I should say I'm starving. And I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but it's about to rain here, so we're gonna try to beat that out there. At which point I was trying to take this motorcycle out tonight, but it's gonna be raining, so it's not gonna happen. So anyhow, y'all be good. Let me know in the comments. I know everybody has their own taste, but this is what I'm going with, and I absolutely love it. So y'all be good. See you guys later.